Jasmine had always loved photography. When her great-uncle Leo, an eccentric and reclusive artist, passed away, he left her a curious old camera. It was a vintage model, the kind with a bellows and a sepia-toned lens, nestled in a weathered leather case. Jasmine was thrilled with the inheritance and couldn't wait to try it out. Living in Las Vegas, she had no shortage of vibrant and intriguing subjects. She decided to start with the iconic sights of the city, the shimmering lights of the Strip, the grandeur of the Bellagio fountains, and the vintage charm of Fremont Street. Her excitement grew as she snapped shot after shot, eager to see the results. That night, Jasmine developed the film in her small darkroom. As the images slowly emerged, she felt a chill run down her spine. In each photo, she saw ghostly figures lurking in the background. They were faint but undeniably present, hollow-eyed faces staring directly at the camera, shadows of people who had not been there when she took the pictures. Disturbed but intrigued, Jasmine decided to dig deeper. She returned to the same spots, this time with a digital camera, to see if the apparitions would appear again. They didn't. Only the photos taken with the old camera revealed the spectral figures. One photo, taken near an abandoned motel on the outskirts of town, showed a woman in a blood-stained dress, her face twisted in terror. Another, taken at the Neon Boneyard, depicted a man in an old-fashioned suit with a bullet hole in his forehead. Each new image seemed to unveil a darker piece of Las Vegas's hidden past. Jasmine's sleep was plagued by nightmares. She dreamt of the spirits in her photos, their mournful eyes following her, their whispers filling her ears. She could no longer deny that the camera had a supernatural power, revealing the restless souls of those who had met untimely and violent deaths in the city. Determined to uncover the truth, Jasmine visited the Las Vegas Public Library, sifting through old newspapers and records. She discovered that the woman in the blood-stained dress was a showgirl named Margot, murdered in 1957 by a jealous lover. The man in the suit was Vincent, a mobster gunned down in a gangland execution in 1963. As she delved deeper, Jasmine found herself drawn to the stories of these tragic figures. She felt a growing responsibility to bring their stories to light, to give them the justice they never received. She began to photograph the places associated with each spirit, hoping to learn more and perhaps find a way to lay them to rest. One night, as she developed another roll of film, Jasmine noticed something different. The ghostly figures were clearer, more defined, and they seemed to be looking directly at her, their expressions pleading. It was as if they were reaching out to her, desperate for help. Jasmine knew she couldn't ignore their cries. She decided to visit the locations one last time, armed with the camera and her growing knowledge of their stories. At each site, she spoke aloud, recounting what she had learned about their lives and deaths, promising to tell their stories and seek justice for them. The first stop was the old motel. Jasmine stood in the spot where Margot's body had been found and whispered her story to the wind. She felt a presence behind her, but when she turned, there was nothing there. She snapped a photo, capturing the ghostly outline of Margot, her face softening as if in gratitude. Next, Jasmine visited the alley where Vincent had met his end. She described his life, his rise in the criminal underworld and his brutal demise. She took another photo, and Vincent's spectral form appeared, nodding as if acknowledging her efforts. As Jasmine continued her quest, the apparitions in her photos began to change. They no longer seemed menacing or sorrowful. Instead, there was a sense of peace, a fading of the intense desperation she had seen before. Finally, Jasmine returned to her apartment, exhausted but hopeful. She developed the last roll of film and saw the spirits for what she hoped would be the final time. Margot and Vincent, along with others she had researched, appeared one last time, their expressions serene. She felt a warmth spread through her, a sense of accomplishment and closure. The next morning, Jasmine awoke to find the old camera gone. In its place was a single photograph, a self-portrait taken without her knowledge. In the picture, she stood surrounded by the spirits she had helped, their faces peaceful, their eyes closed. It was as if they were saying goodbye. Jasmine knew she had done something important, something that had allowed these lost souls to find peace. From that day on, her photographs never again showed ghostly figures. But she continued to tell their stories, ensuring that their lives and deaths would not be forgotten, their memories preserved through the lens of a phantom photographer.